who are greedy, who have lived off of this country their entire life. There are some of them that are collecting both pension and salaries in this country. We have to put them out of business. We have to put special interests out of business in this country for Nigeria to work for the people of Nigeria. This is a nation state that is not working for anybody. It is the reason why a lot of Nigerians have mentally seceded from this country. They've left, even though some of them are still trapped here. And to bring them back into the nation state called Nigeria, you have to have social, economic, and political justice. And I have to say it again, that I have pedigree, I have antecedent, I've been doing this for 29 years. So I am different from all of them. I know why Nigeria failed. I've seen it. I've been one of the few people that helped Nigeria to have any modicum of success that they've had. As a student union leader fighting against military guys who held us to ransom for several years, as an activist and a citizen journalist, having done a strong fight against corruption, for which I have scars to show to you today. But we don't have to keep hurting ourselves in this country deliberately by choosing and voting the same set of visionless, missionless guys into power. It's hurtful, it's unfair and unjust to our persons, and it's unconscionable to keep to live like this in Nigeria.
I mean, well said, but if you look at the country Nigeria today, a lot of people will tell you that it has never been polarized as it is in the past decades. I mean, we are on divided fronts so much emotionally, mentally, and culturally. And it seems to be, one of the issues that have been silent in conversations with leadership. How do you look at that as a tenet for actually, enhancing some of these things you said? Because without unity, without peace, there seems to there will not be any great standards for economy.
No, there has to be justice first, and particularly economic justice for there to be peace and unity. We cannot unite Nigeria by appointing Yorabu Rauza to be the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. It's never going to work. We tried it before, it never works. But if people can get their fair share of our Commonwealth, they will love this country. The reason I say so is that those of us who live the shores of this, or left the shores of this country for several years, we feel more loved by places where we are strangers than our own country. We can get social security even though we are not legitimate immigrants in some of those countries. They'll give you health care even though you are not from there. And it's the reason why an average Nigerian youth today will prefer to go to Libya and get on a raft to go to Europe, even though they know they might end up almost 90% at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. But they prefer it to do that than take the risk and live in a country of their own, of their origin. So this is the problem. And all the divisions we're talking about, they were created by socio-economic programs. Some of them started through the social adjustment, SAP, which is what the structural adjustment program that we fought against when we were young people. When I got to the university in the US, they were giving awards to professors who wrote about it, and I asked them, they should have given us the Nobel Prize, because we knew about the failure of this program in 1992 when we were students. But because in this part of the world, who cares about us? Because we don't care about ourselves. Anyways, so those are the issues. It's like, I've been going around this country and speaking to a lot of people. I've been to places like Kano, and I was shocked to find the person in Kano, a woman, poor, on the street, saying, if you become president, I need school, what they call Makaranta. And they're not talking about imaginary schools. They need real schools, because they know that if they send their children to school and they graduate, regardless of where they come from, they will leave them out of poverty. That is why the northern part of Nigeria have a name for poor people, because they became a political force. Since the 60s, they call them Talakawas. And they've always been looking for the leader that can lead them out of that poverty, regardless of his religion, his ethnicity. Is the reason the likes of Jonathan could win election in such places when he came the first time. He won in the north, fair and square. He defeated the current occupier of Aso Rock, fair and square. But the moment he started misbehaving, the northerners, who are also likely very truthful people, they are more straightforward than a lot of us who think we know everything, they left him. And it's the same thing that they are saying. The undercurrent politically in the north is even stronger than what we have in that side, with regards to how disappointed they are with the current system, with the current regime. Forget about the propaganda that one area is more solid for them or not. If you go to Dara, which is the hometown of Mr. President, he has the worst drug opioid problem in Nigeria. People there are taking drugs like it never happened before. I'm not using it to demonize them because drug consumption, drug addiction is a serious problem in Nigeria and nobody's talking about it. And it's more prevalent because of poverty. So without resolving the poverty issue, without resolving the employment issues in this country, without giving education, the rightful education to our young people, without providing health to our people, infrastructure, without electricity, you can't have unity. Because to even get your propaganda across to people at home, you need electricity. They just switch the light off on us here in the studio. So to even have NTA do the propaganda it does, you need electricity for the propaganda to get into people's living rooms. But people have moved beyond NTA anyways. People are now writing their own news, consuming and creating their own content, and you can't stop them. And that's why we are unstoppable in 2019.
Preparations for 2019 elections, are you in any party yet? What is the endorsement for your brand?
The endorsement for the brand is among the young people. Some of them are waiting outside as we speak. You must have seen, we live stream our political activities, and the movement works around the country and beyond Nigeria. We've campaigned and SRM. We've not campaigned because it's not yet the time. But we've been exchanging ideas with Nigerians in the UK. We've done it in Canada in 2 cities, in about 5 cities in the US. We've done Kano, done Kaduna, done Sowere, Port Harcourt, Calabar. We've done a lot. No other person who's doing what I'm doing today has been able to do.
All right, let's take a breach. Let's take a breach of that. We'll take an African world news, and then we'll come back to your conversation. To stay with us.
In my opinion, the young generation of white, black, brown, whatever else there is, we're living at a time of extremism, a time of revolution. There's got to be a change.
Pan-African world. The International Organization for Migration says the death toll has risen to at least 112 people